Hi guys, I'm Shazad and welcome in this video. Today we're gonna discuss about the cookie. Normally we use the cookie to store a particular informations. Make sure we always store that particular informations in the user browser. So first of all, it's not secure. We normally use or store the data like your email or any kind of informations in the cookie. Your user also can view the cookie by going to the browser settings. So why we need the cookie or why we normally use the cookie? Let's suppose your user requesting a particular form or requesting or accessing a particular URL and you are fetching the data to the user, sending to the database and finding or performing some search operations. Let's suppose you have millions of records, then definitely it takes time to fetch the data from the database and then you have the result. You can set that particular result to the user. Oh, these are the results. But what happens if the same user request the same statement after a 2 second, 5 second, or 10 second, then definitely you have to repeat all the steps. So that's why we normally store the data in the cookie and also on the user browser. How can you do that? How can you create a cookie? How can you delete the cookie? How can you store the data in the cookie? So let's get started. Okay, guys, so it's time to discuss about the cookie. Mostly we store the cookie in the user browser. Why? Because of the speed optimizations. Let's suppose a browser is requesting a particular items and you are searching that particular item from the database and you have millions of records, then definitely it takes time to fetch the data from the database and your system shows that particular data in the user browser. So let's suppose it takes 2 seconds. But what happens if the same user requesting again to fetch the same data? Then again it takes 2 seconds. But what happens if you store that particular data in the user browser? Yes, I'm talking about the cookie by using the cookie. So when the same user fetch or request the same data, then the system or the PHP automatically fetch that particular data from the cookie, not from the database. So let's suppose in this time it takes 0.2 seconds. So how can you create your cookie and how can you store that particular cookie? We're gonna discuss about this. Okay, guys. So now I'm saying cookie name, or you can just say name of the cookie. You can write the name of the cookie. It depends on your requirements. I'm using the name. You can also keep the XYZ or any kind of variable. So the value of the cookie, I'm saying value. So in this time, I'm saying uh, John, or I'm saying Alex. So now how can you set the cookie? You can use the set cookie functions. It takes few parameters like your name of the cookie. I'm saying name. This is the name. And your value of the cookie. I'm saying this is the cookie value. And how much time is required. Let's suppose I'm saying time plus, and now I'm saying I need, let's suppose 86500 and multiply by 30. And now in the third case, I'm saying backslash. So I think it's 1 day and some seconds. So now if I say I'm going to close this one and I'm going to hide the all data. Okay, now I'm saying I'm going to start the HTML. I'm saying this is the cookie. Okay, now I'm saying that check the cookie before showing that. How can you check the cookie? I'm saying I'm check the cookie with the if statement. Make sure we always check the conditions by using the conditions like if switch operation or the keyword. So now I'm saying if it's not set. If it's not set, which one you have to access the cookie and you have to give the name of the cookie. In this time, the name of the cookie is XYZ. So if it's not set, then you can say not set. Otherwise, you have to echo that particular cookie by accessing this one. Fine, since you are setting the cookie here above, when you execute this file, so as you can see, you know very well that your file execution stop from the top to the bottom. So now refresh the page. As you can see, it's showing you the LX. So you are storing the cookie and now you are fetching the data from the cookie. So now you are just fetching the data or you set the cookie. Now how can you unset the cookie? You can unset the cookie by using this method. Since you have just stored the cookie, now if you are saying that unset, now you have to pass one argument which is the cookie name. Let's suppose underscore cookie and the name of the cookie. So this is the name of the cookie. And now just print vardum and die the below code. Refresh the page. As you can see, undefined array key XYZ because it's now null, because you have already deleting the cookie above. So in this way, you can unset the cookie. Okay, guys. So in this way, you can store the data in the cookie. So I hope, guys, you are enjoying our video. So thank you for watching.